Okay, this is how you break down the baseball choke. This will be from the knees first. I'll show it from the knees. So go ahead and do the knees. You do it from standing up, do it from the knees, do it from the guard pass. But right now, do the knees. I like to put my fingers in, 4 fingers in first. You're basically going to put your thumb in and your fingers in, and I like them to touch. If they don't touch, the choke's not as tight. You start out, and then eventually they'll kind of separate on their own. If they separate too much, you're going to lose it. I know you can put your thumb in first, but the problem with that is when you real quickly want to do the choke, it's hard to get 4 fingers fast inside the collar. You get 4 fingers originally, he doesn't know you're going to pull him over, he doesn't know what you're up to quite yet. But you're controlling his shoulder, you're controlling his elbow, then you keep this forearm on his chest. Because if you don't, he's going to start fishing in like this, and then you can't do the choke. So before he does that, you keep it like here, and he's not going to want to fish that hand in because he'll feel awkward. Does it feel comfortable to fish that hand on the inside now? No. Okay? So, I don't mind so much if this hand is on the inside, I can still do my choke. Doesn't matter what side this is on. Now I'm going to put my thumb in, and notice I'm going to make sure they touch. Okay? If he's got a really thick collar, like one of those Mizuno double weaves, you probably aren't going to get the choke. If you're holding the collar and it looks like this, don't even go for it. You got to hold it like it's a baseball bat, basically. So you can hold it through here. So I go here. Now I'm going to spin under north-south, and I'm going to make sure this stays close to his chest. I could probably choke him out just north-south. Okay? But let's say I don't have it. Then I'm going to start going to my side because he wants to unwind. That's his escape, is to do that. So if I go to my stomach, he can't unwind. Now he's going to want to take my back, but I can still cinch this choke up. Even if right now I loosen it up, take my back, keep my elbows tight, and even from here, I have it. Okay. Okay, so the thing where you get in trouble is if you do the choke, if your arms get stretched out, because then it's easy for them to do an arm bar. So you got to keep them like, you got to have it like this. I also find the easiest way to put someone to sleep, or the time that they go to sleep, is as you're kind of balling up, throwing them over your shoulder like it's a potato sack, or you're holding, like Santa Claus is holding, toys. So I'm going to loosen it up just to not choke him so much, but in reality I want to be touching. I want both my arms around his neck, not way up here. Okay? So I'm loosening up a little bit. We're going. I spin. Although I could do it here, I'm going to my stomach instead. He's going to try to take my back, and I'm going to go to my knees. Right here, as I throw him over my shoulder really slowly, is where he'll most likely go to sleep. Like this. You don't want to throw him over your shoulder because he won't escape, but then you got to reestablish the choke again because now he's going to be in a north-south position. And then it's like landing back. Once you've thrown him over, then you're going to be like this, and you're going to be lost for a second. That's when you have to go to the old standby. Okay? You can go in north-south too if you feel comfortable with it. Now, that's what I do from knees. Stand up. I'm taller than Leonidas, but still. Same size or whatever. When I was in tournaments, I wasn't a good takedown. So I stayed low. Because I know they want to shoot in on me. So we would shake hands, and I knew I wanted my baseball choke. Yeah, okay, new style. I back up, and he'd say, okay, go. I wouldn't go like this because they'd shoot in. He's not going to shoot in on me doing this. And I quickly run and just grab his gi. He doesn't really have a shot to do anything except throw guard. If he throws guard, then it's a whole different game. But he's not going to take me down. Get my fingers in, fish this one in, and I'm standing up. Okay? So notice how I went to my stomach right off the bat. That way he's tempted to take my back or tap. But he's not going to figure out how to unwind this choke from this angle. Yeah. Now that was from standing. It's the same as from the knees. Throughout time, I learned to just find different angles from it. It's the same idea, but it's just I had to trick people into it. So he's now in my guard. I pull his head down if I need to get my fingers in, but I don't act like I'm doing a choke. If he knows, he's not going to let me have it. He's going to panic. So I just kind of keep my arm here, I hold his elbow, make sure my forearm stays tight to his shoulder so that he doesn't fish this in. If he fishes it in, I'll fish back in. If he's persistent at it, I'll switch hands. Now my other 4 fingers are in. I'll go the other way. I just spin this way instead. But for now, this is my strong side. So my fingers are in. I'm waiting. I'm casual. I don't let him know I'm going for choke. I make him think I'm just holding him. And then I'm going to pretend I want to sweep him. I'm going to pretend I want to sweep him to this side. But I'm going to do a bad job. Okay? So I'm going to have the collar ready. And I'm going to go like this. Okay? Do whatever you need to do. Okay? If he does that, I still go to my stomach. Okay? Now let's say he goes to the other side. Let's say I want to do a sweep and I want to pretend this way. I have the same grip right now. It's even easier. Now, I let this leg fall to the ground real sloppy, but I got to sell it. I can't let him know I'm fooling him. So he thinks I'm trying to sweep him and he thinks he's passing. And he goes like that, I spin underneath. Right here I have it, or I go to my stomach if I need to and I have it. Keeping my elbows close to me. If my elbows get stretched out and he withstands it, he'll armbar me. I do find that if you lose it, if you're going for it, and you get about right here, and he's just not getting choked out, you need to look for your escape route. You need to know you're not going to be able to stand this, and he's going to take your back, and he's going to get an arm bar, or eventually maybe a choke from behind. So you hold it, you do whatever, and then if you don't have it, at one point you just got to all of a sudden let go and push away and put him back into guard. But you got to make that decision. You don't hold until every last bit of strength's gone, and then you're just putty. So that's the one thing. I switch all the time with my hand. If I'm here, like I said, and he's persistent with that one, fishing in, I don't care. If I'll go this way, I'll go this side. I'll just change it up. I also sometimes, if I feel a little more confident, from butterfly guard, as we're going, I'll pull him, throw him, and spin. I need space to turn my body. And that's basically my variations on the baseball.